Hello everyone. Today I am bringing you a video tutorial on how to install a package and create a graph in RStudio. This video is produced by TechCom in association with Apprenticeship. The first step to installing a package in RStudio is to go to the Packages tab and hit the Install tab. You want to make sure you're downloading from the repository CRAN for this specific package and download ReadXL. Go ahead and hit the install button, and if you get any prompt, just hit yes. This will start the installation process. After a brief moment, the package you installed should be found in your system library. The system library contains all installed packages. To activate a package, click the box to the left of the package name. You will also want to make sure the package is Graphics, GR Devices, Datasets, and Stats are activated, even though they should already be activated by default. To import a dataset, go to the Environment tab, click Import Dataset, and then click From Excel. Once we are on the Import Excel data menu, you will then hit the Browse button in order to find the dataset in your Finder menu. The dataset we're using for this example is health data, which contains the age, weight, and height of 30 individuals. You will then hit Import, and the dataset should show up in your source. The source is the top left screen and is where code is written. Go ahead and go to a new source file. This is where we begin to write code. The first line you want to write is the load function, which loads a dataset into the console, where data is then evaluated and parsed. After typing load parenthesis, make sure you type the location of where the dataset is located on your computer. After you write the location, hit run, and that sends the command to the console. The next part is to attach the dataset into the console, which allows the dataset to be called up with only the file name, in this case being health data. And again, hit run. We will then create a linear model with two variables from the dataset. In this case, we will use height and weight. The first variable typed in will be the y-axis, and the second variable will be the x-axis. After you hit run, the console will then show the coefficients of the linear model. The next step is to attach the linear model into one variable. You can name the variable anything, but for this example, it will be named model. You'll want to copy and paste the previous line of code behind the arrow. Once you hit run, you can call up this entire linear model by just using the word model. If you are looking for a more detailed summary of the linear model, you can use the summary function, which gives you the standard deviation, median of the data, p-value, t-value, etc. In order to make the scatter plot, you will want to use the plot function. You will want to input first the x variable, which in this case is weight, and then the y variable, which in this case is height. You will then want to hit run, and the graph will appear. If you want to title and label the x and y axis of your graph, you can add a comma after the last variable. The function main will add a main title to your graph, which in this case will be height and weight of 30 people. For an x label, you use the xlab function, which labels the x-axis, which in this case will be weight in kilograms. And finally, to label the y-axis, you'll use ylab. And in this case, we'll name it height in inches. After you hit run, a new graph will appear with the new labels. Finally, if you want to create a trend line for your plot, you will use the function abline and input the variable name. After you hit run, a new plot will appear maintaining the previous plot's labels but with the added trend line. And that is how you create a graph in RStudio. Thank you.